What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mod Squad Network's Layeth the Squad Down. I'm your host, Kevin. Joining me as always is Steve.
What's going down, everybody? What's going
Man.
on, Kev?
Oh, man, not much, man. We had a pretty good week of wrestling. Had the draft starting this past Saturday, or this past Friday,
Yeah, boy.
going into Saturday as well with the supplemental. But first, we had Raw. Let me bring that up here because, of course, I was not prepared. Cody Rhodes opens Raw. Raw opened with Cody Rhodes coming out to a huge prop from the Allstate Arena. He got down to business and talked about Brock Lesnar, showing to where he actually unbuttoned his shirt and showed off his scar from surgery, saying he's proven that he's overcome things much bigger than Brock Lesnar.
The coolest thing about that whole promo is the random person that caught his tie.
Why I didn't catch that. I knew
He took the tie off and then he threw it into the audience. Bro, I would love to just get something like that because some people would grab that and be like, oh, this is going online as soon as I get home. Me, I would be like, I'm gonna wait to meet Cody Rhodes. I'd get photos right there of that me holding the tie, and then you meet Cody Rhodes, you bring the tie and be like, bro, can you sign can you sign your tie? And then you get a nice little frame thing for it, and yeah, man, that's just
that would be actually that's a good idea. I get it now. But then Finn Balor came out and said the American Nightmare had Roman Reigns beat at Mania before he was screwed out of the title. Rhodes respectfully declined an offer to join the Judgment Day, and Finn Balor said he watch his back, and Cody's like, "Yeah, you may not know this, but I'm actually cleared to wrestle now. So how about we do this tonight?"
Ooh.
So later tonight we get Finn versus Balor.
Oh, we get Finn versus Balor. That's crazy.
We get Finn Balor versus
Cody Rhodes.
My bad. Yeah. But then
I want to see Finn versus Balor. That's what I want to see. I want to see
the
Finn
Demon
Balor versus the Demon. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, maybe in WWE 2K. You could do it that way. Next, we have the Bloodline versus the LWO, with the Bloodline getting the win. Of course. You know, I kind of like what they're doing with the LWO. And they got a new theme song, too. They start off with a little homage to Eddie Guerrero with the Viva la Raza. I heard that and my ears perked up. I'm like, wait, what's going on? I liked it. I liked it a lot. We get the Street Profits versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. I'll be honest, I don't even remember this match.
Which originally, from what I read online, was slated to be like Piper Niven versus, I think, Nikki Cross or someone else. It was originally slated to be a women's match, and then it was turned into a tag.
I got you. The Street Profits, though, did get the win on this match. Then we had an announcement by Triple H. Throughout the first hour of the show, the announcers were hyping a major announcement from Triple H. The game spoke about the privilege of performing in front of the WWE Universe for years now. And then he said that when Roman gets drafted to whatever brand he's going to be drafted to, he will still be the undisputed champion. But on the next brand, the other brand, they will have the world title. And he showed off a new belt,
which looks very similar to the AEW championship.
Honestly, it reminds me of a mix between that and the WCW old,
which is what I think it was. I think it was supposed to be more reflective of the WCW, which is why they're calling it the World Heavyweight Championship, which is they came from WCW.
Yep.
I'm gonna say right now, it's gonna be a real spit in the face to Cody if he ends up winning this. I say have Gunther drop the IC belt, put the heavyweight on Gunther, have him be the champion of Raw.
I'd be so down for that. I would. But yeah, you're right. Cody needs to beat somebody for the belt, not
Well, he
win
would.
the belt.
He'd beat several people in
Well,
to get
you know what I mean. He needs to be a current champion for the belt, not
sure.
win it in a tournament. Bullshit. BS. But then we have Damage Control versus Belair, Rodriguez and Morgan. Uh, and the winners is Belair, Rodriguez, and Morgan.
Boo.
Yeah, I I thought that they were going to break up Damage Control.
I I'm just they came in so strong and now they are just so lackluster.
they're a joke.
And I hate to say that. I love all three of those wrestlers. All three of those ladies extremely talented. Those women are extremely great in the ring. Better than half of the guys that they're putting on TV on a daily basis.
I agree.
Um and they've just ruined a good thing. Damage Control and Bailey should have been the reigning champions. Bailey should have been the women's champ. Kai and Sky should have been the women's tag champs. Like they should have just been the Damage Control. They should have just been a dominating force. I'm sorry, keep going.
Yeah. No. You're right. Then we get Austin Theory came out to deliver a promo about his upcoming match at Backlash, but was interrupted by Bobby Lashley, which predictably actually turned into a fight with Bronson Reed.
Oh,
Yes.
no. I just realized something that so the draft doesn't take effect, and the results of the draft that happened on Friday Night SmackDown do not take place until after Backlash.
Correct.
I will get into my theory when you get into the draft results on Friday Night SmackDown. Please continue.
I got you. It was just a fight between Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley. The United States champion just didn't even really get into it. So after that, we get a match between Mustafa Ali and Chad Gable, which I thought this was going to be a better match, but
Shush, please.
Mustafa Ali actually got himself a win, though.
Every time I hear Chad Gable go shush, I think of I don't even know his first name. I think of Dom DeLuise's kid in Encino Man.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, man,
Encino Man, shush.
that may be where he got it from.
Shush, please.
That may be where he got it from.
Probably. I should tweet at him. They should tweet Chad Gable and go, "Did you just steal the DeLuise's kid's gimmick from Encino Man?" Probably did.
I'm surprised Ali got a win over Chad Gable, though. I guess that's what happens when you think positive Ali.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Layeth the Squad Down. I'm just logging out.
Then we have Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes, with Cody Rhodes getting the win. It was a solid match with a clean finish, by the way.
As it should be with Cody.
Yes.
I'm not going to get into that. Keep going.
Yeah. Then we had the main event of the night: Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest. Rey Mysterio wins by DQ because Bad Bunny came out.
Get him, Bad Bunny. Dude. Let's get those celebrities in a wrestling ring to take away spots from people that deserve it.
I'm not gonna lie though, he was nailing the shit out of Damian Priest with a kendo stick.
Yeah, I mean, probably because he looked at him in the back and he said, "Dude, it's going to be every situation with a professional wrestler with someone. They look at him and they go, you lay it in. And if you do not lay it in, I will lay it in the back."
No, I get it. Yeah, he was definitely laying it in. But that is what we have for Raw.
Boom.
And then
Friday Night SmackDown, we start with the draft, baby.
We do the 2023 WWE Draft, kicked off with a jovial Triple H announcing his first 4 picks. Headlined.
I do not understand. So really quick, I do not understand in the draft why SmackDown gets the first pick. My personal opinion, SmackDown, usually the B show. Usually for years, always been the B show. Raw, been around longer. They should have like a coin flip. They should show something as to why SmackDown gets the first pick.
I'll tell you exactly why. It's because it's now on Fox instead of like the WB or the UB or whatever it was.
UPN.
UPN, yeah. It's on Fox
Well,
Sports
that was when it
Network.
was
Yeah.
Thursday night SmackDown, and they
Yeah.
had the fist.
Yeah. But yeah,
Just think, there's a warehouse somewhere in New Hampshire that just has a giant silver fist.
oh, I've seen like backstage stuff where they've went in the warehouse looking for stuff, and you can see the fist in the background and stuff like that. So.
King Kong is just like, bring it to me.
But the first pick in the draft is the Bloodlines Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa and
Paul Heyman. It was actually announced Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa.
Either way you put it, yes, all of those are the first pick. Which you get three people in one pick. It's WWE. You can do whatever they want. Yeah, you can. It don't make sense.
I love that they go, hey guys, listen, stables, they could be broken up. Tag teams, they could go bye-bye forever. But we're gonna draft tag teams as a whole. We're gonna go stables as a whole, and you're not even gonna question it.
Yeah, the first round of draft picks gave way to a promo from the Usos and the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions.
Let's give the rest of the picks. You just gave pick number 1. There were 3 more picks.
There were 3 more picks.
Raw drafts for their first pick.
Yeah. Let me bring it up here. Raw, we had the Bloodline Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman. Then the number 2 pick in the first round, Cody Rhodes goes to Raw. And then Bianca Belair goes to
SmackDown, which I'm assuming means Charlotte's going, or Rhea's going to be going to Raw.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
And Becky Lynch goes to Raw.
We then do get the promos.
Then we get the promos. I was gonna I'll do the rest of the draft after we run down the matches. It's just easier for me that way.
Whatever.
Then we have crap.
Oh crap.
Then we have Butch versus L.A. Knight.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
And of course, LA Knight defeats Butch.
I want to see LA Knight drafted to Raw. Yeah.
I think he should be on Raw. Round 2 of the draft features a triple threat tag team match. We have Ricochet, Braun Strowman, and the LWO's Cruz del Toro in action and high energy. Hold on, I
was an 8-man. I think it was an 8-man tag.
Yeah, the Street Profits set the tone for their upcoming run with the Blue Brand as they defeated Braun Strowman and Ricochet. And the LWO.
No, it was a fatal 4-way, is what it was. It was a 4-way. It was the Viking Raiders. It was the Viking Raiders. It was LWO. It was the Street Profits, and it was Braun Strowman and Ricochet. Yeah, it was a 4-way tag match.
Yeah, the way this is written up, I was completely.
God damn it, Alvarez!
Yeah, Street Profits defeat LWO and Strowman. I think it was just a 3 because it don't mention Viking Raiders.
No, the Viking Raiders were out there.
Okay.
Because I once again saw wish list Max the Impaler and laughed.
Timu is a Timu. It's Timu.
It's a $5. That's what WWE did. They ordered a $5 of Max the Impaler. Got him.
Next we get Zelina Vega versus Daddy DeVille. Yes, that was
a great match in general. I can't believe that she's married to Aleister Black. Or Malachi Black. Or
Vega.
Yeah.
She's way talented in the ring.
Yeah.
Very talented in the ring. But before that, before this match actually gets started, we get we get this match. Yeah, we get this match.
Yeah.
And it was a really good match. Vega defeated DeVille, though. Of course, because Vega is going up against Rhea at Backlash, so you can't have her lose right before it.
Puerto Rico.
Yes. Then we get the OC The OC, AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Michin Mia Yim sent a message loud and clear to the rest of the SmackDown roster just moments after being drafted to the brand by laying out the Viking Raiders.
And it is the first. Oh, maybe that's when the Viking Raiders
Yeah,
came
that's when
out.
it was.
Maybe that's when the Viking Raiders came out. And this is the first time that we have seen AJ Styles, unfortunately, in months.
Yeah.
I would have rather just seen Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson just going out there and just kicking ass and taking names as a tag team, like they do. I don't understand why we had to wait. Mia Yim has been out there having matches every week, but Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows have to wait for AJ Styles to get better to get out
Yeah.
there. Like both of them are just as talented as AJ. I'm not a big fan of AJ. So
They should have been wrestling.
hey, community,
Meechin should have been winning, not taking pins.
100%.
So yeah, I don't. But hopefully AJ's return fixes all that. So, but
Get him
next,
off the line.
but next we have the undisputed tag team championship match: Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos in a really, really good match. I really enjoyed this
It
match.
was a good match.
Uh, the Usos lose though. They
So
dedicated the match to Roman
that's right.
Reigns.
That's right. Solo Sokoa at one point came out to try and interfere and was
Mhm.
quickly cut off Bro,
Bruh.
by Matt Riddle.
Yes, and that was the main
Main
event of the
event.
night. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the full draft. The full draft. As spoke, we left off with Becky Lynch. The Street Profits are now on SmackDown. Imperium, all of Imperium are going to Raw. Edge goes to SmackDown. Matt Riddle goes to Raw. Bobby Lashley is now on SmackDown.
Now, as you say that, this goes back to my theory. So, the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther, is now on Raw. Austin
Ah,
Theory is the United States champion on Raw, but is about to put up his United States championship against Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. Bobby Lashley was just drafted to SmackDown. You can have the United States championship go to SmackDown without having to have Austin Theory go to
that's
SmackDown
true. That's
because
very
the
true.
draft does not take effect until after Backlash.
That's
New
true.
theory, new theory. Theory drops the United States Championship to Bobby Lashley, who takes it over to Friday Night SmackDown, which gives Theory the chance to go for the Intercontinental Championship after Gunther loses it. I will say, though, I
That'd be
read on a
nice.
lot of dirt sheets the WWE higher ups are actually a big fan of LA Knight right now and actually want to put a heavyweight championship on him. And then, funny enough, like 2 weeks later after reading that, they announced that there's a new heavyweight championship being put out. So I really think everyone is going to want Cody to win the championship. I think if both Gunther or LA Knight are on Raw, I think those two guys are truly your top contender for your next heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Please go on with the draft or
Oh,
your
no, no, no.
personal thoughts.
No, I agree with you completely. I think it'd be fun to see LA Knight as a world champion. Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next we have Drew McIntyre going from SmackDown to Raw.
Boo.
The OC is now on SmackDown, as mentioned previously. That's Carl, and that's all of the OC, Meechin included. The Miz is staying on
Staying on
Raw.
Raw.
Damage Control is now moving to SmackDown. Shinsei Nakamura is now back on the Red brand.
So happy that Shinsuke Nakamura is back on Raw, baby. I love Shinsuke.
And then we get some call ups from NXT with
Bro, I'm so disappointed with the NXT call ups. Don't get me wrong, good for them. Congratulations. I am so disappointed with the NXT call ups. Yeah, I would have rather them go with the.
we get Alba Fry and Isla Dawn going to SmackDown and Indy Hartwell going to Raw.
Which means that there's going to be tournaments for the new NXT Women's Tag
Yeah.
Champions and NXT Women's Champion.
Then we had the supplemental draft happening the day after with the Viking Raiders going to Raw.
Boo!
Dexter Loomis staying on Raw. Candice LeRae staying on Raw.
We now have the All of the Way. Just so you know, we legitimately have All of the Way from NXT.
Yep.
That is Johnny Gargano. That is Candice LeRae. That is Indy Hartwell. That is Dexter Loomis. That is Austin Theory. Technically, right now, we have All of the Way on Raw.
That's true. Then we have Maximum Male Models Mansoor and Maxine Dupree and Messe.
Just where are they going?
Yeah, they're staying on Raw. We also have Zoe Stark going to Raw from NXT.
Who cares about Zoe Stark? Sorry, I'm not a Zoe Stark fan.
JD McDonough from NXT going to Raw.
That I'm actually very excited about. I would have rather seen JD McDonough being called up on the main roster than Indy Hartwell.
Apollo Crews going to Raw. He's finally getting his shot in the big time.
Shut the fuck up, dude. That guy is a former Intercontinental Champion.
We get Natalya going to Raw. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville going to Raw. Hit Row staying on SmackDown and Lacey Evans staying on SmackDown. That, so far, is your full draft results.
And we will have the rest of the draft on Monday Night Raw.
Correct. So, after all of that, Steve, what happened on AEW?
As my mother-in-law starts to leaf blow outside. Glad I closed that window. Dynamite. So, this is what happened Wednesday night. Dynamite started at like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. or something like that out here. I don't remember what time it was, but my brother texted me and said, you need to watch Dynamite ASAP. I said, copy that, turning off my phone. Because I have a tendency to just go on Twitter, on Instagram. I will spoil shit for myself without even realizing it. Because AEW just loves to post things. WWE loves to post things on Twitter, on Instagram as soon as they happen.
Social
Fans
media.
love just spoiling that shit. So I turned my phone off. Opening match is Orange Cassidy versus Bandito. Just that day, I texted my brother, hey, I'm a big fan of Orange Cassidy, but I really think it's time for him to drop that belt. And I'm like, oh my God, is this why he texted me? Like, are we opening with Bandito for like a great luchador getting the international championship?
Whatever it is.
Orange Cassidy picks up the win. I'm like, all right. Nah, yeah, boo, but also great match, fun match.
Okay.
Jeff Jarrett taking on Dax Hardwood.
Ooh.
It's a good match. Jarrett wins. I'm just going to say right now, there were a lot of jobbers. Some of these people were not introduced. Some of these people were. I still just wrote jobber. Wardlow took on a jobber. Wardlow, of course, won. Sammy Guevara took on Derpy Allen to see who would end up facing MJF at Double or Nothing. Great finish. MJF goes running on down. It's almost a classic Eddie Guerrero style finish. MJF throws Derpy's skateboard to Derpy. Sammy hits the ground. Ref turns around, disqualifies him.
Nice.
So we get Sammy Guevara versus MJF for the AEW Heavyweight Championship, in which, as of right now, they're playing it that MJF and Sammy are best friends. But that night, as MJF is leaving, he gets to his car, looks at Sammy, and goes, sorry, it's a full fee, it's a full ride. And the camera fully pans on over to show an empty vehicle to pan back over, and MJF leaves him. So as of right now, Sammy is being paid to just take the pin. I think we are going to get a legitimate match, obviously, out of this. Jade Cargill takes on Taya Valkyrie for the TBS Championship. Jade picks up the win, and in the as you do in the main event of AEW Dynamite, Konosuke Takeshita and Kenny Omega take on the Butcher and the Blade, with Kip Sabian coming on out with them. It was a really good back and forth. I really like Butcher and the Blade. The reason that they're having Takeshita and Omega team up is from what happened last week from the Blackpool Combat Club attacking Omega and Don Callis running and grabbing Takeshita to come on down and make the save. In which Daniel Bryanson was on the card, or Brian Danielson was on commentary the entire time. After it was done, he starts cutting a promo on Omega and Takeshita, to which we get Claudio, Moxley, and Yuta coming from behind, attacking mostly Omega. They actually just throw Takeshita out of the ring. At one point, they give Takeshita the chance to join the Blackpool Combat Club. He says no. They attack him and they cut his head open with a screwdriver. And that was the end of Dynamite. Rampage, we got 5 matches instead of the normal 4. I wouldn't call them great matches. We opened up with the opening match was a good one. I'm not gonna say the opening match was a great one. It was Bullet Club Gold, baby. We are continuing with the Bullet Club throughout the brands. We get Switchblade Jay White and Rock Hard Juice Robinson. I tell you right now, you focus on the Rock Hard. Stop saying on commentary the juice is loose about Juice Robinson, because the juice is loose is Juventud Guerrera.
That's right. That's Juventud.
That is Juventud.
Juventud.
Bullet Club Gold picks up the win, going up against Ricky Starks and Sean Spears. Very interesting choice, having Sean Spears come back to take on Jungle Boy and then become a face.
That is weird.
Very awkward face turn. I don't like Sean Spears as a face. Keep him as a heel. You get Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee teaming up together to go up against a pair of jobbers. They announce their names, but they're jobbers. Like, there's no way that they're going to have them win. Keith Lee ends up getting the pin. Anna Jay versus a jobber, in which Anna Jay picks up the win. Katie Hart comes on down. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know if she successfully won. I did actually walk away to let my dogs outside during that match. I come back to see Katie Hart attacking Anna Jay. And Anna Jay, I believe, does get the upper hand for once on Katie Hart. I believe that's her name, Katie Hart. I know it's Hart. Julia Hart.
Julia Hart.
Julia Hart.
Julia Hart.
Don't mind me. Where did I get Katie Hart? Maybe I knew a girl named Katie Hart. That's so weird. We get the Acclaimed versus Jobbers, in which they're jobbers, but they're jobbers within the company, because one of them was Ryzen.
But it's the Acclaimed, so scissor me, Stevie ass.
They're doing their rap, and I don't know if they're starting to turn the Acclaimed heel now, because as they're doing the rap, Ryzen comes running down and he gets knocked, and then they get in the ring, and then Max Caster or Anthony Bowens super kicks the other guy, and everybody loves the Acclaim, scissor me daddy ass. And they made quick work of these jobbers. And then we get a solid main event: Jay Lethal versus Cash Wheeler. Continuing, because on Dynamite we had Jarrett versus Hardwood. Now we get Lethal versus Wheeler. Great back and forth. Mark Briscoe out there playing middleman, making sure that no one's cheating. Obviously, by that I just mean Sanjay Dutt. In which, in the long run, Wheeler has it won. Sanjay slides into the ring like, "Hey ref, what are you doing? What do you do?" And then slides on out, gets on up on the rope. Harwood gets on the apron. Lethal pushes Wheeler into Briscoe. Sorry, Briscoe gets on the apron. Lethal pushes Wheeler into Briscoe, gets the roll up on him. It was a great match. I thought it was a lot of fun. That was the main event of Rampage.
All right, very cool. So that is the recap and review for this week. Do you have a match of the week?
Yeah, I am going to go for my match of the week. It's actually going to be Jeff Jarrett versus Dax Hardwood. I just really enjoy that one. I always love me some good old Jarrett. So
All right, I am going to go with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. I'm going to go with
The Usos versus
Kevin
Owens and
Owens and
Zayn.
Zayn. Yeah, I like the Usos. I've always liked the Usos, so I'm gonna go there. So
Cool.
that does it for this episode. Steve, where can people find you on your podcast, homie?
That's the last podcast you'd want. Look us up. That's all you need to know. Tip the veal, try the staff. Thank you all for coming. And if you didn't, better luck next time.
Make sure you watch Back to the Retro Review. That is the sister channel of the Mod Squad Network, where I review movies from the 80s and 90s with this guy right here. Also, make sure you check out the Horror Show, the Gamer Show, the Movie Talk Monday, and we go live every Saturday night with a giveaway. So, for Steve, I am Kevin saying, keep on wrestling, everybody.